Attention, stations on the network. Our broadcast will begin in 5 minutes from my mark. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, mark. That was your 5-minute time check, stations. Attention, stations on the network. Our broadcast will begin in 2 minutes from my mark. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, mark. That was your 2-minute time check, stations. Attention, stations on the network. Our broadcast will begin in 1 minute from my mark. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, mark. That was your 1-minute time check, stations.
On the Bobcat Sports Network from Learfield, this is Cat Chat with Matt Logie and Tricia Binford, presented by Montana's Rib and Chop House. Here's the voice of the Bobcats, Keaton Gillogly.
All right, hello, and welcome to our first Cat Chat of the year. There we go. We are live at Montana's Rib and Chop House, fresh into 2024, and we've got a great day to hang out and talk some hoops today. First of all, if you're here at the Rib and Chop House, we do have some raffle tickets for you, so if you haven't gotten any raffle tickets yet, come over and see Jillian. We've got some good stuff to give away today. We got some shirts, we got some gift cards, we've got some signed player cards and all that kind of stuff, so we've got some good stuff if you are here in the house, which also means if you're driving around town, it's easy to get up over here on 19th and stop by the Rib and Chop House. All right, we got some player guests today. Madison Hall and Eddie Turner are here, so we'll be joined by them a little bit later, which will be exciting. We will talk, of course, with head coach Tricia Binford in a while, but first we get to introduce you to the first-year head coach now at Montana State, but not a first-year head coach, Matt Logie. Coach Logie, how we doing?
Doing great. Happy New Year.
Yes, Happy New Year. How'd you ring in the New Year 2 days ago?
Well, I was fortunate enough. It's a dual holiday in our family. My wife Julia's birthday is on December 31st, so we celebrated that together and had a chance to ring in the New Year on Sunday night.
Perfect. That's why they were firing off the fireworks, just for you. Perfect. Okay, that's
right.
Good to know. Great. Well, we got a great show for everybody today. And, of course, we're going to dive into what's been going on. We're going to, again, talk to Eddie Turner and Madison Hall in a little bit. We'll be raffling some stuff off during the commercial breaks. But we've got our first show, and it's going to be every Tuesday except for that Valentine's Day week at 6:30. So appreciated getting it going and getting things right. So, Coach, first of all, so your first year now as a head coach at the D1 level, but have you done one of these coaches shows like this before?
Yeah, fortunately not my first rodeo in that regard. I had the opportunity to be a head coach at Whitworth University in Spokane as my first head coaching opportunity, and was there for 8 years. We had a local spot in town that supported the coaches show there, and was a great way to bring the community together and rally the troops. So excited to get that going here in Bozeman now in 2024. All
right, good. I didn't know if we were going to have to break you in as a rookie on all this.
Not a total newbie, no.
All right, well, that's good to know. And, you've got a lot of time as a head coach, too, and I do want to get into this team. But I think it is interesting that you get a chance to come in here with a dozen years of head coaching experience already before you got here, which isn't always the case when coaches get to this point at Montana State. Going into your 13th year as a head coach now, give us a feel for just how you've evolved as a head coach and what you get to do as you set up a new program here in Bozeman.
Yeah, I mean, I think you make the analogy to any sort of career. The more experience you get, the more maturity, I think, comes along with it. You understand the pitfalls and the obstacles that tend to come your way during a given season, and have a greater appreciation, I think, for the process, from point A to point Z, and not only taking over a tradition-rich program like Montana State, which I was fortunate to do at Whitworth and Point Loma as well, but also just how to put instill your vision into that, because every coach has a different style of play, terminology, recruiting, all those sorts of things take on a little bit of a different life with each coaching staff.
Yeah, and imagine you continue to develop how you communicate your style of play, as you mentioned, and I'm sure it helps with the coaching staff that you have. So also a whole new coaching staff for everybody to get to know as well, between all three different guys, and Zach Payne, Sam Scholl, and Julia Smith. Tell me a little bit about these three gentlemen you got that are helping you on the staff.
Yeah, so really fortunate. Anytime you put this much of your heart and soul into a endeavor, you want to do it with people that you trust, people that you care about, that care about you and understand, have the same vision in mind, and we're really, really fortunate to have Coach Scholl, Coach Payne, and Coach Smith here at Montana State. Zach Payne was somebody that I had an opportunity to coach my first 2 years as a head coach at Whitworth, and then coached with me for 3. So we've spent 5 years of this journey together. He knows me inside and out, and he's also grown to have great Big Sky experience, spending 5 years in the conference at other institutions, and then Sam Scholl is somebody that's been in the West Coast Conference for almost 20 years of his career. Spent last season on staff at San Diego State, who played for the national championship, and also brings 4 years of head coaching experience to the table from the University of San Diego. So that's just a tremendous resource to be able to draw on, someone that's kind of been through it, so to speak. And then Coach Smith, who we affectionately refer to as Juice, is someone.
He does bring a lot of juice.
He brings a lot of juice to the table, and he's someone that was with me for the last 4 years at Point Loma down in San Diego, and again, really understands what our culture is about, what the ins and outs of our basketball family look like, and has been able to really help relate to our student athletes.
Okay, so you got one guy who played for you, one guy who's coached with you, and then you also, of course, bring Brian Garacki over at a monster Big Sky debut at Idaho State with 29 points. So now you've got a player who played with you at Point Loma. I do imagine that having guys who kind of know what it's supposed to look like helps you communicate to the team. Is that right?
Yeah, no question. I mean, I think there's something to be said for seeing things done correctly, and when you can add guys that have been through it a little bit. We're also fortunate to have graduate assistant on staff, Shamrock Campbell, who played for us last year at Point Loma as well, and he's been integral in helping mentor our guards in Eddie Turner and Robert Ford. So it's great anytime you have that type of experience that you can draw from.
All right, well, that's the setup as we get into this first year, which has had its highs and lows so far, but a 1-1 road trip in Big Sky this last week to open up conference play, which we can get into in just a second. But first, we're going to take a break from the Ribbon Chop House as we are on Cat Chat, presented by Learfield.
For every adventure and every mishap, Bozeman Health provides expert, personalized care to each person, going well beyond traditional health care. We're your partner in health and well-being, working together for your day-to-day and the decades to come. With care sites in Belgrade, Big Sky, and Bozeman, and with the only hospitals in the Gallatin Valley, Bozeman Health keeps your care close to home. Find a Bozeman Health provider today at bozemanhealth.org.
Hello, tomorrow. We may not know exactly what you've got in store for us, for our routines and our normals. But here's the thing. Turns out, we've got this. We haven't seen everything, but we have seen ourselves be more ready for whatever you bring than we thought we would be. So when it comes to tomorrow, bring on the day. First Interstate, built for you. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender. Visit us at firstinterstate.com.
At Montana's Ribbon Chop House, our guests and service are our top priorities. We've been serving Rocky Mountain communities signature steaks, delicious seafood, and award-winning baby back ribs for over 20 years. Whether you're celebrating an important milestone, want to watch a big game, or just grab lunch with friends, we're your local spot that feels like home. We have locations in Bozeman, Billings, Butte, and Livingston, so you can enjoy Ribbon Chop House across Montana. We look forward to sharing a little Rocky Mountain hospitality with you soon.
You are a Bobcat fan, and your seat matters. Section 108, right in the middle. And a perfect view of the fast break, alley-oop, and slam dunk. At Kendall Ford of Bozeman, we're a proud supporter of Montana State Athletics. We're big fans of teamwork, dedication, and helping customers find the best deal on the perfect vehicle to fit their needs. Where you sit matters, as in the driver's seat. Get started at KendallFordBozeman.com. Kendall, let's start something great.
At Montana State University, students shape signature experiences that take them across the state and into local communities. MSU is dedicated to its land grant mission, integrating transformational learning, discovery, and service that improves lives. You'll find our students teaching across Montana, conducting research in the heart of Yellowstone National Park, or even creating small shelter prototypes to address homelessness. Montana State University. Think outside.
With friendly customer service and an outstanding location near Montana State University and the base of the Bridger Mountain Range, Country Inn & Suites by Radisson is the perfect place to begin your Bozeman adventure. Country Inn & Suites offers a hot and delicious Be Our Guest breakfast buffet each morning. Free Wi-Fi is available throughout the property, and we have a business center and meeting rooms. Our indoor pool and hot tub is a great way to relax after a day of fun, and the on-site fitness center will keep your workout goals on track. We have spacious king and double queen suites with a full-size sleeper sofa available, and every room in Country Inn & Suites is smoke-free. Reserve your room today.
Join Town Pump's Pump It Up Rewards Plus program and never pay full price for fuel again.
Save 5 cents on every gallon every day at any Town Pump across Montana.
Plus, earn and redeem points on your favorite in-store items to get free stuff with our clubs.
Stop in and pick up a rewards card. Download the Pump It Up Rewards Plus app today.
Or visit townpump.com/rewards to register and start saving.
Right down the road, pump it up, yeah.
All right, we are back live at the Ribbon Chop House. I'm Keaton Gillogly alongside head coach Matt Logie. In just a bit, we'll talk with Eddie Turner, and later we'll be talking some women's basketball as well. All right, Coach, well, here we are. We're into some Big Sky play, a 1-1 weekend. And first of all, the win against Idaho State, another strong team in Idaho State. They brought back a lot this year, and that was the Brian Garacki show, man. 29 points. What a performance he had in this one.
Yeah, he had a terrific game. Really allowed us to play in a way that fit our style of play and personnel. Idaho State is a kind of a power pack team. They play two centers, and Brian's a guy that is really a wing that we play at power forward, and so he was able to really stretch their defense out and get some things going for us on the inside as well with his penetration, and just got off to a great start for us.
What's it been like for you watching Garacki, a guy you coach at the D2 level, to now come here to the Division I level and have the opportunity to do what he's been doing? I mean, this wasn't the first 29-point game he's put up. How confident were you that he was going to be able to come here and meet the level of the Division I athletics at this point?
Yeah, that wasn't a surprise to me. Obviously, I'm one of the few people that has played Division I basketball, coached Division III basketball, coached Division II basketball, and there's a lot of gray area there. When Brian decided to commit to us in our basketball family down in San Diego at Point Loma, he turned down multiple Division I offers to do so. And so we weren't the first people to recognize he was a Division I player, but I think he's really put a lot of work into the process of becoming the best version of himself, and wanted to see that process through with our coaching staff here at Montana State. And so it's been great to see him ring that bell and allow the world to see that if you can play, you can play. And Brian's a guy that can really shoot the basketball. He's very athletic at the rim, and he's had some big moments for us so far this year.
Yeah, no doubt, including the game winner against Southern Utah, which was one of the great plays, one of the great highs already of the season. Tell us a little bit about that play, too. And I know we talked about it on the postgame, but the jump pass by John Olmstead and Garacki with the little pump fake in the final second, he looked just so cool, calm, and collected in a moment like that.
Yeah, that's the beauty of Brian. Sometimes it can drive you crazy as a coach because he's always so calm and cool, and you kind of want to shake him once in a while. But it really comes in handy when the pressure's on and you need that poise to allow the defense to fly by. And the play that we executed, something that our team's been working on for that moment. We've executed it in previous seasons when Brian's been with us, and so he knew what it looked like and was able to kind of see that vision come through.
So Brian getting a big moment there. Eddie Turner had a great weekend this weekend as well, 18 points in both games, so almost 40 points this weekend against Idaho State and Weber State. And, those are two guys, Garacki, Eddie Turner, among a lot of newcomers who have now showed up here. You had to really kind of rebuild this roster for Montana State with the transfers and the coaching change. Tell us a little bit about the priorities you guys had when you were trying to build up this roster after the exodus coming in.
Yeah, it's interesting. You mentioned our first weekend of Big Sky play. You got a program in Idaho State that's going into year 5 with their new coach. They had 5 years to put that roster together and build in the same form or fashion to get prepared for this year. We had about 5 weeks of recruiting last spring to put this puzzle together, and I think one of the things that we started out with was we wanted to have a sense of experience. We wanted some guys that had been through college basketball before and would allow us to not be young because we knew we would be new. And then we wanted guys that had high character, guys that would be willing to come in and help us lay the foundation and be coached and improve. And guys like Eddie Turner, Brian Garacki, Chika Nduka, John Olmstead, Jaden Garon, all these guys have their best basketball in front of them as well. Guys that kind of have a chip on their shoulder and something to prove. And those are the things that we prioritized, and been really proud of the way our guys have responded to coaching throughout the year and allowed us to improve. And, I think we're just starting to touch the surface of what we can become by the end of the year.
Yeah, looking forward to seeing the way it continues to build all year long. And the next place it's going to build is coming up tomorrow. We've got the doubleheader coming up at the Brick tomorrow. So the women take on North Dakota State at 5:30. The men have Oral Roberts after that, about a half hour after that. Give us a quick synopsis of Oral Roberts. What are we going to see from this team coming up tomorrow night?
Yeah, Oral Roberts is a very experienced backcourt. They've been to the NCAA tournament the last couple of years, and bring a number of guys back from those teams. They shoot the three-point ball extremely well and really spread you out, and so it's going to be really important that we can defend penetration without having to help as much on the perimeter and hopefully force them into some tough 2-point shots. And I've really enjoyed watching the way our offense has been growing. I think we'll be able to continue executing that blueprint, hopefully tomorrow night and defend our home court.
No doubt. Well, one of the guys who's been growing up in that offense is Eddie Turner, and he's going to be our guest coming up in just a second. But first, we're going to take a break. We are live at Montana's Rib and Chop House. We'll be back after this. You're listening to Cat Chat, presented by Learfield.
Town & Country Foods is a proud supporter of Bobcat Athletics. As a locally owned company, we believe the benefit of buying local helps support the local economies in southwest Montana. Our stores offer great selections of items you need every day, including organics, specialty foods, fresh meats and produce, along with incredible selections from our bakery and deli departments. Town & Country Foods is 100% employee-owned and serves southwest Montana with 8 locations. Visit your local Town & Country Foods today. Go Cats!
At Montana State University, students shape signature experiences that take them across the state and into local communities. MSU is dedicated to its land-grant mission, integrating transformational learning, discovery, and service that improves lives. You'll find our students teaching across Montana, conducting research in the heart of Yellowstone National Park, or even creating small shelter prototypes to address homelessness. Montana State University. Think outside.
At Jersey Mike's, watching them freshly slice the meat and cheese for my sub is a sight to behold. The layers of ham, salami, and pepperoni are even more glorious than the pink and orange layers of a sunrise. Yeah, the sun's pretty and all that, but in about 7 billion years it's going to explode, obliterating the earth and every living thing on it. And if there's no sun, there's no subs. Meanwhile, the only thing a sub ever obliterated was my hunger. Freshly sliced right in front of you. It's a Jersey Mike's thing, a sub above.
When a power line has fallen down, it can be downright dangerous and even deadly. That's because downed lines can still energize the ground and objects around them. To help keep you and others safe, Northwestern Energy says stay at least 35 feet or the length of a semi-truck away from a downed power line and anything the line is touching. You should always assume the line is live, and if you see a downed line, immediately call 911 and warn others. Northwestern Energy, delivering a bright future.
Ready to build your brand? Think Inc. outside the box for your complete branding solutions. Located in Bozeman, Montana, we offer a full print shop for banners, signs, wraps, trade show booths and graphics, promotional products, and much more. If you can think it, we can ink it. We are a proud supporter and corporate sponsor of the MSU Bobcats. Like us on Facebook to see some of our cat wraps. Ready to build your brand? Think Inc. and call us at 406-922-6462 or visit us on the web at inkoutside.com.
The Gallatin Valley is thriving, and Bozeman is not only a destination for families to live, work, and play, it's also a destination for businesses. The Bozeman Area Chamber of Commerce is a great way to get involved in Bozeman's thriving business community. The Bozeman Chamber Economic Partnership assists existing businesses through expansion, grows new companies in our community, and attracts fresh opportunities for Gallatin County. Bozeman, our community, a jewel among the Northern Rockies. For more information, go to BozemanChamber.com.
are back at Montana's Ribbon Chop House. All right, we got some good giveaways we just gave away. Gave away a bucket hat and a $20 gift card to Montana's Ribbon Chop House. So if you're driving around and looking for a place to grab a drink or grab a bite, great place to do it. You might just win a little something as well. I'm Keaton Gillogly, and we are joined now by one of the Bobcat point guards, one of the newcomers, Eddie Turner. Eddie, how we doing? How we feeling?
Oh, we're doing amazing. I'm glad to be here. Thank you.
Yes, absolutely. Happy to have you here, and both in the blue and gold and up here at Ribbon Chop House. How you settling in, coming over from Columbia, first year here at Montana State? So, yeah, how you settling in right now?
As soon as I got here, we hopped on the court, and so the settling was mainly focused on settling into the offense, settling into our new language, settling into the culture of the team. And, I've had 3-4 months, under my belt now, so I'm pretty comfortable.
Yeah. When did you actually get here?
I got here maybe like August 23rd, maybe like 2 days before first practice.
Okay, so you're here and just kind of right into it. Yeah, what's it like learning that new language, that new process? Logie kind of mentioned it, but what's it like from your perspective as a player?
It's something that I really enjoy because I feel like I received mentorship from our coaches. At Columbia, I've only was able to play 18 games.
Right.
I was injured. I had some family problems, and sometimes when you're injured, you're not as part of the team as if you're an active player. So just being a part of the process, being a part of this blueprint is super exciting because every single day, we have something that we can talk about. We have something that, hey, you didn't close out. Hey, you see this? I see this. And so just receiving that mentorship from all of our coaches and Coach Logie, there's like a lot of relationship building and trust factors there. So I'm just super excited to be a part of a family and, be a part of a coaching staff that I trust.
Yeah, is it nice also to have a guy like Coach Payne and Coach Smith and Brian Garacki who have seen the way it's supposed to look for Logie and what it's like kind of translated for you?
Brian Garacki, he's just a silent killer. He's just a leader. He just does everything that the coaches ask him to do. Without even having to scream and yell at everyone, so he always just settled us down, in drills, like as soon as I came here, I didn't know a T drill, one of our defensive drills, he's like, Eddie, just follow me, and so having guys like Brian, having Coach Zach Payne and Coach Juice, we call him, just having those guys there, they can talk to us on the side, while we are working, so.
Yeah, so and it's coming along a little bit for you as well. Nice weekend, couple of 18-point performances in your first Big Sky games. What was working for you this weekend?
Well, on my visit here, the first thing Coach Logie told me was, this is going to be the most confident year you're going to have, so every single day, even when I wasn't shooting well at the beginning of the season, we were shooting in practice every day. Anchor leg, this is how we're going to shoot. This is how we're going to shoot. These are the shots we're going to shoot. So just seeing those shots go in and seeing those opportunities consistently come up is something that, again, built more trust, more trust into our blueprint, and it's something that has made us happy because we feel like, there's areas that we can grow.
Right. Now, you did kind of mention, Eddie, so your process to get here, and it was, a lot of injuries and different hurdles and stuff. You only scored 101 points at Columbia. You're already at 88 here at Montana State, so you're kind of getting there. But just help us. Let's run through here and just kind of what your process was. So you graduate high school. You didn't go straight to college. Is that right?
That's right.
Okay. So where'd you go first?
I went to this prep school in Connecticut called St. Thomas More.
Okay. And why did you go to the prep school instead of college?
I just felt that I wanted to go to the Ivy League, and my academic career at Garfield High School wasn't quite good enough, so I just needed one more year to focus on my academics, and I was able to get into the Ivy League at Columbia University.
Okay, so you get into Columbia, you get to where you want to be. Now, did you get hurt while you were in the prep school?
Yeah, I tore my patellar tendon, and I ended up having to get surgery, so I didn't play one game when I was in prep school.
Okay, so now you've already missed 1 year. Now you go to Columbia, so you're there for the 19 and 20 season as your freshman year. Is that right?
That's right.
Okay, now how'd that year go for you?
Well, so I had surgery at the beginning of my year at prep school,
and
then I came back too early, just trying to work hard, just trying to get ready for the season to try to make a big impact as a freshman at Columbia. I ended up re-tearing my patellar tendon and having to get surgery again. And so my first year at Columbia, I wasn't even available until January.
Right, and then that led into the shutdown and the COVID year.
Yep.
And then at Columbia, the Ivy League, you guys just didn't play, right?
Yeah, so my sophomore year, they just shut the entire league down because of COVID. So.
Okay, so no, you didn't play, so now you've been hurt. You've hurt. COVID, and then you get to go 21, 22 that year. Played 9 games that year. What happened that year?
So my junior year at Columbia, I ended up with a COVID-19 virus or I guess virus, twice, and I had a little bit of myocarditis with my heart, and so they pulled me out.
Okay, so that's kind of scary too. That's a lot to go through.
Yep.
All right, so now you've had COVID. You have some results of that. Now you get into last year. So now we're already up to 22, 23.
Yep.
You have your family emergency, and that takes you away from the team. So you don't really play last year, right?
Yep.
Okay, so now you've gone through all of that. How are your academics at this point? I mean, obviously basketball has not gone according to plan for you, but how were your academics while you're going through school?
My academics was great. We thought that it was a good family choice to focus on family and focus on my academics because, I was, going to Columbia to, set myself up for a career. Yep. My target was to be an investment banker at Bank of America. You needed 3.3 GPA. So, I was just pushing every single day outside of practice to make sure I get that GPA with these hard classes and managing everything. And, I ended up securing the job.
Okay, so you got that. So you were able to take care of the off-the-court stuff, even if the on-the-court stuff wasn't going right?
Absolutely.
All right, good. So you got that. So you're kind of squared away off the court for whenever hoops is done. Is that right?
That's right.
All right, and so why not just go right into the working world? Why not go right into the 7 to 6 or 9 to 5 or whatever it is in financial banking?
So during my senior year, I wasn't playing. I haven't played in basically my whole career, only 18
basically
games.
Since high school, right?
Yeah, and so I was looking for schools that I can go to or if I should just go and start working, and when I came on my visit here at Montana State, it was my first official visit here, and, they just called me in and they just basically said, do you want to be a part of a family? Do you want to be a part of a community of people that support you? You can go work and we support you. You're a good kid. Coach Logie and I have people that we mutually know in Seattle.
Okay.
But he said, if you want to be a part of a family, you want to be a part of guys that believe in you because we believe that your best basketball is in front of you, then you should come here. And I just felt that. I believed it. We went through our little workout, and I really loved them. So, I just decided that I would give it a try, and I give my all to the game because I wasn't able to before.
Yeah. So if you hadn't found the right spot, would you have just given it up? Or were you going to find the right spot? You're going to give something a shot for basketball.
I think that God just puts you in the right spots. When you try to force it yourself, sometimes, you can look into things that aren't real or look into things that are materialistic. And so I just felt like God put me here, and God put Coach Logie in my life, to teach me something, about, being an adult, about being a man, about being a leader, and, those are the things that help you long term about playing basketball and being a part of a basketball team. So that's just something that me and my family really valued about the coaching staff here, and we decided that we wanted to go through that 2-year mentorship program.
All right. And so you have another year of eligibility after this one?
Yes.
I know. Yeah, it's all a little funky with all that different stuff. So now you're here. Now you're living it. We've had some ups. We've had some downs. You've had a chance to play in Seattle twice.
Yep.
You've already dealt with an injury and now come back, and you were able to take the face mask off after the broken nose. So
Yep.
kind of getting it going. But bottom line, you having fun right now?
I'm having a great time.
It seems like, now did you know Rob Ford at all before this too?
I did.
Okay.
So me and Rob actually known each other since maybe like second, third grade.
Okay.
I played for the best team in Seattle. He played for the best team in Portland. And, basically like 3-4 times a year, we travel up to Portland, they travel up to Seattle, and we play each other, so our parents built up a rapport, and in high school I played against Rob, Rob's just someone that I just kept up with, as a brother to me, he's always been family.
Yeah. So who got the best of each other while you guys were in high school?
I did.
Yeah, you had won most of them. Good. We'll fact check when he comes out here and is on the show at some point. All right, so you got the best of him while you all were in high school, and now you guys get the opportunity to play together. I mean, did you guys talk about that chance when you were transferring? Because Rob went into the transfer portal and evaluated his options and decided to come back. And boy, we're certainly glad for that with the effort and the energy he's been putting out there. But did you guys talk about it at all during the recruiting process for you?
Yeah, I talked to Rob about it, about how he liked Montana State. But again, for me, it was just about the culture that they're trying to build. And I talked to Coach Logie, because a lot of teams don't allow players to go into the portal and then come back.
Right.
And Coach Logie was just like, I understand, as a new coach, I understand that if you want to go and see what happens, but, you're a champion. Rob's a champion, so we're going to save a space for him. And that really made me super comfortable with the staff that they want the best for us, and so that's something that I wanted to be a part of, that, like, I felt like Rob wasn't being pressured to come back. I felt like he had the space that he needed to make a good decision, and, of course, I was telling him, please come.
So you had committed before he decided to make the comeback?
Yeah.
Okay. And what's it like playing with him now? I mean, now you go through all that, but now you get the opportunity to share a backcourt with Rob Ford.
Yeah, it's just super fun. We go at each other in practice, so we built the trust up of like what we can do, how we can guard. I trust Rob that he can guard anybody. I trust Rob that he can get in the paint on anybody, and so just going to war with him in practice is just something that I just have a big trust with him that he can do what it takes for us to win, and vice versa.
No doubt. Well, seen some good wins already. Got a Pac-12 road win. You got a road win in the Big Sky, and now a chance to step into the Summit League this week, so it should be a lot of fun.
Absolutely.
All right, Eddie Turner, appreciate the time and the insight today, man. This has been great.
Thank you.
All right, we're going to take a break, and when we come back, we're going to flip over and talk some women's basketball. We're live at Montana's Ribbon Chop House, and you're listening to Cat Chat, presented by Learfield.
For every peak, valley, and plateau, for every mishap and every adventure, for every Montanan in every season of life, Bozeman Health is here to deliver care with quality, compassion, and respect. Because we see you as more than the patient you are today. We look to what's on the horizon for you and our community over the decades to come. That's care beyond care. Well beyond. Bozeman Health.
With friendly customer service and an outstanding location near Montana State University in the base of the Bridger Mountain Range, Country Inn & Suites by Radisson is the perfect place to begin your Bozeman adventure. Country Inn & Suites offers a hot and delicious Be Our Guest breakfast buffet each morning. Free Wi-Fi is available throughout the property, and we have a business center and meeting rooms. Our indoor pool and hot tub is a great way to relax after a day of fun, and the on-site fitness center will keep your workout goals on track. We have spacious king and double queen suites with a full-size sleeper sofa available, and every room in Country Inn & Suites is smoke-free. Reserve your room today.
No matter how far you may go, there's always one just down the road. Town Pump, who pump it up.
Join the Town Pump Fountain and Coffee Club with Pump It Up rewards. Buy 5 of any size fountain drink or coffee and get your 6th free. It pays to be a Pump It Up rewards member. Town Pump, convenient and right down the road.
Town Pump, right down the road. Pump it up. Oh, yeah.
What does it mean to be locally owned and operated? For Cenex, it means everything. It means that we know if you take your coffee to go or if you like to stay a while. It means we've helped Little Leagues get jerseys and local festivals get funding. It means we know what our communities need. So you'll always leave Cenex with a full tank, full of snacks, or full of smiles. Or all of the above. And that means the world to us. Cenex, powered locally.
Rocky Mountain Credit Union has supported Montana State Athletics for over 40 years and provides a local credit union for past, present, and future Bobcats. You can have it all with RMCU. Low rates, local banking, a place to start saving, or work on building your credit. Visit your local branch or online at rmcu.net to become a member today. That's rmcu.net. Go Bobcats!
I love waiting in line at McDonald's, said no one, ever. With the McDonald's app, you don't have to. Order ahead in the McDonald's app to save time.
At participating McDonald's.
When the weather app says rain, the McDonald's app says McDelivery. Order McDelivery in the McDonald's app.
At participating McDonald's, delivery prices may be higher than at restaurants. Delivery and other fees may apply.
We're back on Cat Chat. Before we talk with Madison Hall, we're going to pause 10 seconds for our network station identification. This is Cat Chat.
AM 1450 KMMS, Bozeman, 1340 KPRK Livingston, where Montana talks.
We are back live at Montana's Ribbon Chop House in Bozeman. I'm Keaton Gillogly, and we are joined now by Madison Hall. And before we dive into some women's basketball, I want to remind you that Universal Athletic has been a proud supporter of Bobcat Athletics for over 45 years. Shop their great selection of Bobcat apparel and accessories for all your game day needs. Shop in-store at their North 7th Avenue location or online at shop.msubobcats.com. Go Cats. I'm Keaton Gillogly, joined now by Madison Hall, formerly Madison Jackson. Mrs. Hall, how we doing? How we feeling?
Doing good. Thank you for having me.
Yes, absolutely. Happy to have you here and to talk some hoops. And it's been an exciting weekend, a four-game winning streak, a 2-0 weekend to open up Big Sky play. And you're a veteran player. You know how hard it is to get those wins in Big Sky play.
Yep. Yeah. No, for real, though. It's a grind.
Yeah, no doubt. But a grind that gets us started home. So we got
Yes.
the Idaho State win and the Weber State win. And really appreciate you guys having the Friday, Sunday so we can play our game and watch your game, which is always nice. Those are kind of rare. Well, let's get into into this weekend so far. So the game-winning shot by you against Idaho State, not too shabby. I want to talk about that play. I mean, what a game that was. Back, you guys had to lead for most of it. They come back and tie it. You guys have the final 30 seconds. You guys dial up the play. The play that actually ended up going in wasn't quite the play that was dialed up, but it certainly worked for you.
It did. I kept telling people, I was like, no, that's what Ben drew up.
Yep.
Right place, right place, right time.
Right. Well, I thought it was interesting. There was a lot of interesting aspects, I think, of that play. First of all, it's already a tied game, so the pressure's probably a little bit off since, hey, look, if you don't make the shot, you're still going to overtime. Does that help things a little bit?
No, I wanted to win the game.
Yeah, you wanted to win right there.
I wanted the dub.
All right, so, you got Picton running the point. She tries to get it to Lamardo, can't get it to there, so she kind of comes down below. She tries to get it to Jansen. Jansen can't make the catch cleanly. So Picton picks it back up. My first question is, how did Picton know you were going to be there?
I don't know. I don't even know how she even got the ball back after it got fumbled. Like, I was like, oh, my gosh. And then she just a left-hand pass really quick. I was like, oh, okay.
Right.
Okay, we're going up with this. So, yeah.
Right, now, are you going to be crashing to that spot, like when the ball, like why were you in that spot at the free throw line?
I honestly don't have any idea. God just placed me there. It really was right place, right time. Yeah.
So you just you see the play happening, so you're just all of a sudden you're just going.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you stop at the free throw line. You're already out of body at that point. But I mean, again, for Picton, like how quickly do you feel like she just saw that? Because that's something where, like, as a point guard, the wherewithal to, A, have the play blown up in two different ways already. So now you're already kind of being creative from her perspective to make sure she was in bounds.
Yes.
Right? And then to actually deliver that pass. Like, was it just one of those things where it felt like the ball was just, like, shot out of traffic right at you?
Yes, literally. I thought that it was going to KJ first, and KJ thought that it was coming to her, and then she kind of backed up a little bit, and I was like, oh, my gosh, okay, this ball's coming to me.
Right.
And that girl, she just does a great job. She really does. Like, she just never gives up on the play, and because she didn't give up on the play, we were able to get that W. So kudos to that girl. I kept telling her, I was like, even though I made the game-winning shot, that wouldn't have happened if you would have given up on the play.
Right.
So that is all you. So I was really proud of Nat, too. She did a great job.
Yeah. And, I mean, out of your hands, did that one feel good, feel clean, like it was going in right away?
It actually did, yes. Yeah. It was probably one of the most relaxed shots, ironically. I don't know how. I just threw it up there and just hope for the best.
That's where practice takes over. All the reps you put in over the last 4.5, 5 years.
Yeah, shoot.
Yeah, well, and such a great shot picture as well of that Garrett Becker had, part of the creative team out of that. I mean, that was like right on the money. You had to really enjoy, I'm sure, seeing that picture. That thing looked so fundamentally perfect.
Thank you. Yeah, no, I thought it was a great picture, too. I was like, oh, my gosh, like, that's nice.
Yeah. And after the win too, the celebration there, like you had it, but it looked like you guys were just so confident about it. Like in hindsight, it looked like, from my perspective, just watching you guys celebrate, was like, yeah, of course we got that. Like, of course we had it. What was it like for you after that went in? Like, did you have the confidence you guys were going to finish this game?
I actually did have the confidence because, I mean, we don't ever give up when it comes to competing, and when we're on the floor for one another, we really compete for one another, and we compete for our coaching staff, and we just really we have been a really, really close team. Like, we have, I don't know, this has been a different year, especially for me. Like, it feels different, and that's why I came back, because I saw that in the summer, and then Ben and I had that conversation, and I was like, I really do miss the game. I miss the dynamic. I miss the grind, and it just – the girls are just amazing. They're just good kids. They're good players. They're good teammates.
Yeah, well, it's showing so far with a 2-0 Big Sky start so far, and going through what was a grueling non-conference. Overall 7-6, but, I mean, the schedule you guys played, the 3-game road trip out to the West Coast, going down to Mexico and playing some tough teams there, hanging right with Washington out in Seattle in that 5-point game, and that was a ball game, and we had a chance to see it too because it was a doubleheader, which was fun. But, how much did all all those road trips and all that adversity going through, losing Lexi Deaton as well, how much did that help put the team together and kind of bring the team together?
I mean, first of all, our hard schedule has really gotten us prepared, I feel like, for our season, like for conference. And I've always applauded Ben for seriously putting us through a great schedule that mentally challenges us and puts us in positions to where we really have to compete, and we just have to figure out a way to either win games or just come together more than ever. Like, we've been put in some really tough situations, and even losing Lexi as well, that was really tough on us. But it's just the dynamic of the team of being able, okay, how are we going to respond from this? And Lexi wouldn't have wanted us to just absolutely lose everything that we had worked for. But so, yeah, I think that honestly we just came together even more after going through that trial of losing Lexi, and also with our preseason being so difficult. It really challenged all of us, and we all had to lean on one another, like, more than ever.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, and then after that long road trip, take a couple of losses. I know a few people got a little sick and all that, so you're just dealing with everything. You get a chance to get back, and a Mountain West team is waiting for you in Wyoming. You just get that win at home after being gone for so long. But how much was it a reset to finally get home there in mid-December and kind of sleep in your own bed, practice at the brick, and just get going again? It
definitely makes us feel so grateful, being able to sleep in our beds, because it's a different night rest, man. It really is. But being back home, it honestly kind of felt a little weird, because we were just so used to, okay, we're getting up, getting on a plane, where's the next place we're going? Like, but it was really nice getting back home. Like, it really was.
Right, and that got you guys off to a 4-game winning streak with that win against Wyoming. That was the first of this streak as we get into the Summit League Challenge, which is coming up starting tomorrow with North Dakota State in town at 5:30, and then the men are playing after that. All right, we do have to go back to your summer now. So most people knew you as Madison Jackson. You're now Madison Hall, so married over the summer, correct?
Yes.
Great.
Yep.
How did it go? Nobody ran away from the altar or anything? Everything went off without a hitch?
He didn't get cold feet. Thank goodness. No, it was awesome. Coaching staff, they made it down for the wedding, and we got some pictures, and it was a great summer. It really was.
Yeah, and now you had given up playing, though, so you were not going to be coming back. How done were you at the end of last year? Like, you had the extra year already you could have used. Is that correct? But you had already decided that you were going to be done?
Yes.
Yeah. Why? What made you make the decision to stop playing at that point after last year?
I prayed about it a lot, and I had thought that it was my time to be done, hang up the jersey and then just be around the team in a different kind of position.
Right, because what were you going to do if you weren't playing then? What
student assistant. I was going to be a student assistant. Yep, Ben gave me the opportunity to still come back and be around the girls and just help out with whatever needed. I was going to help Daniel out with all of the things, but when I was in practices and I was on the scout team, so I was playing against the girls, I was like, oh, my goodness.
Oh, yeah, it starts to heat up a little bit.
Yes, I miss this. Like, I was seeing the girls getting in some drills, and I was like, I want to hop in some of those drills. Like, it just, and then it really clicked to me. And then Ben and I had a conversation about coming back, and, I had my parents talking to me as well, and I was like, you know what, God keeps putting this opportunity in my face. It just keeps coming up. So I think that it would be dumb not to take it. So, and I am so glad that I took it. It's been the most fun year around. It hasn't even really gotten.
Yeah, we're just getting started.
Yeah, but it's been so much fun. Like, I miss the routine. I miss the grind. I miss the grittiness of playing and how to respond from that. I really like to see how far I can really push myself. Like, to see, how much can I actually take?
Right.
Let's see.
Yeah, well, the Big Sky will definitely let you figure it out. That's for sure.
Yes, it will, yes.
Yeah, so, I guess if you're missing the grind, like if you're missing those drills, I feel like that's the thing people first stop missing. They're like, no, I'm good. Like, I'd love to play, but, drills, no, I'm out. Like, you were actually missing, the drills and the practice.
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
That's how you knew.
Yeah, and just competing against one another and just getting reps in. I just the love of the game. It came back because it was a hard season last year, but I just needed a little bit of time, and then I was like, okay.
Yeah.
And I don't know if I regret hanging up my jersey. I think I might regret it. So
yeah, you only get the one shot. So.
You do, yes.
What was that conversation with Coach Bin like? I mean, you kind of referenced it once or twice here, but what was that like? That conversation with Coach Binford to finally make the decision? Yes, I'm putting the jersey back on.
Ben was really respectful of within that conversation, because she told me, she was like, it's a win-win either way. You come back, great. You can stay on staff with us, great. So she was like, the ball is really in your court. There's no pressure whatsoever. And so when she had mentioned that to me, I got really excited. So, and then I called my parents, and, they told me, they were like, whatever you do, we support. So Ben is like my second mom.
Naturally.
Yes. So I was like, you know what, we're going to go for it. So I went into her office the next day. I didn't need long to think about it at all. And I just told her, you know what, I'm in. I got to get in the gym. I got to get more conditioning. I got to get the ball in my hands more. Like, let's do this.
Yeah, that's pretty wild, though, because that was what, like October-ish? Did you make the decision?
Yes, I think maybe a week before the first week of October.
Okay.
I think. Because I remember I started October workouts, and I was like, oh,
yeah, I was going to say, for you to be in that good a shape, for not having played for that long, to be able to get going.
Yeah, yes.
That's pretty impressive. And now we're here, and now you're off to a 2-0 Big Sky start so far.
Yep.
All right, we love to see it. Well, Madison Hall, this has been great. Thank you for the insight, and excited to see how much more you got in the tank.
Oh, I got you on that.
Yes, all right. Well, Coach Binford is coming up next, but we appreciate Madison Hall. We're taking a break. We're live from Montana's Ribbon Chop House, and you're listening to Cat Chat, presented by Learfield.
Ready to build your brand? Think Inc. outside the box for your complete branding solutions. Located in Bozeman, Montana, we offer a full print shop for banners, signs, wraps, trade show booths and graphics, promotional products, and much more. If you can think it, we can ink it. We are a proud supporter and corporate sponsor of the MSU Bobcats. Like us on Facebook to see some of our cat wraps. Ready to build your brand? Think Inc. and call us at 406-922-6462 or visit us on the web at inkoutside.com.
The Gallatin Valley is thriving, and Bozeman is not only a destination for families to live, work, and play, it's also a destination for businesses. The Bozeman Area Chamber of Commerce is a great way to get involved in Bozeman's thriving business community. The Bozeman Chamber Economic Partnership assists existing businesses through expansion, grows new companies in our community, and attracts fresh opportunities for Gallatin County. Bozeman, our community, a jewel among the Northern Rockies. For more information, go to bozemanchamber.com.
Town & Country Foods is a proud supporter of Bobcat Athletics. As a locally owned company, we believe the benefit of buying local helps support the local economies in southwest Montana. Our stores offer great selections of items you need every day, including organics, specialty foods, fresh meats and produce, along with incredible selections from our bakery and deli departments. Town & Country Foods is 100% employee-owned and serves southwest Montana with 8 locations. Visit your local Town & Country Foods today. Go Cats!
Working from home has definitely put home projects into overdrive. New landscaping, gardens, patios, and fences. But if you're digging, you're contacting 811. Utility lines, including Northwestern Energy's, can be buried even just a few inches underground, and hitting one can be dangerous. The best way to keep you, the community, and your contractor crew safe is by having lines properly marked. Make your request online at least 2 full business days before you want to dig at call811.com.
If you're in need of structural engineering for your residential, commercial, or wireless telecommunications project, Ascent Engineering provides comprehensive solutions for your project's success. Ascent Engineering is now serving the Big Sky country in southwestern Montana. Whether it's a new residential home, new commercial building, long-awaited remodel, covered outdoor living space, retaining wall, or telecommunications tower, Ascent Engineering is your expert at providing forensics, assessments, or designs. Ascent Engineering is a proud supporter of your Montana State Bobcats.
Bridger Brewing is home to award-winning locally crafted beer and pizza and is proud to support all things Bobcat sports. Open 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. daily, last beer served at 8 p.m. and located right across from the Brick Breeden Fieldhouse. Stop by after the game today to enjoy a cold pint of beer and a slice of made-from-scratch delicious pizza. Dine-in service and online ordering for takeout are both available. Check out BridgerBrewing.com and at Bridger Brewing on Instagram and Facebook, and stay tuned for updates on our newest adventure in Three Forks, Montana.
We are back one final time at the Ribbon Chop House. At Montana's Ribbon Chop House, our staff is dedicated to creating extraordinary experiences that raise the bar in each of our communities. Enjoy premium steaks, fresh seafood, and award-winning baby back ribs. We look forward to sharing a little Rocky Mountain hospitality with you. All right, our final segment now today. I'm Keaton Gillogly along with head coach Tricia Binford. Coach, how we doing? How we feeling right now getting into the Big Sky season?
Feeling great. I think Jack said it. We're getting ready for the grind.
Yes, it's kind of coming. Does it ever, this is your 19th year now going through this Big Sky grind. Does it ever kind of feel like you can just sense the impending storm and the grind of the season coming in?
Yeah, your V8 infusion fridge gets a little bit more stocked, so you're just ready to go. And no, it's a great time of year. You know, you get in your routine of prepping scout after scout. First week, you could feel it. It's just a different ball game because these ones really count.
Right, and kind of a little interesting wrinkle into the schedule with this Big Sky Summit League Challenge coming up. So kind of cool that we got 2 doubleheaders. So you guys will go at 5:30 tomorrow against North Dakota State. Men are right after that, and then we're both playing South Dakota State over the weekend on the road after that. But what are your impressions first year of this Big Sky Summit League Challenge? How does it look for you from a coaching perspective?
Well, the thing I love about it the most is we have an opportunity to watch our men. You know, we're usually opposite, and that was really fun. We were able to do that, the doubleheader at University of Washington. So it's our opportunity because we get to play first, so we got ours done, right? They got to get ready and prep for their games so we can sit and enjoy and watch them. And so I love that aspect. It has a little bit of a feel of Big Sky tournament play because you're both at the same site, and you know, we both have competitive teams that we're playing. We talked about, you know, it's based on your records from the previous year, and we both are going to get really challenging opponents from the Summit League, but great opportunity to represent the Big Sky.
Yeah, no doubt. That's what you championships.
That's
you get to play
right.
the best.
I already told the players, bring it on. That's what we did in our whole preseason schedule. So
totally.
we're not giving them a night off, and I think that's really paid some dividends, especially for some of our younger players on just the value of bringing it every day.
Yeah, Madison Hall kind of talked about that non-conference schedule, but man, what was it like from your perspective when you put this schedule together? Do you think it was going to be quite this difficult?
You know, I would like to say we were intentional on all of it, but there was one game that was a little bit of a hiccup that we were supposed to have a home game in between that long time that we were on the road prior to finals. But I thought our players handled it tremendously well. It was very difficult. I don't think I'll keep them on the road that heavily in future years. But at the same time, we got a little bit of a take of a lot of different conferences and styles of play, and that's what you're looking for as you're preparing for conference play.
Right. So a lot of hurdles and a lot of ups and downs already. We kind of mentioned it with Lexi Deaton going down early in the season. Kind of a new era here with Darian White and Cole Badbear moving on. A couple of new coaches on the coaching staff as well. So just a lot of change and a lot of new here. A lot of freshmen getting into things. But how has your team just handled all the things that have been thrown at them so far to this point?
I think you hit it really well with the word new. We thought it was a great opportunity to make some changes to our offense with so many of our kids graduating and having so many new faces coming in. We also tweaked a little bit of our defense, but our defense has always been our staple. That's been our bread and butter, so we didn't want to make too many changes to that. And we thought it was a great opportunity to spread the floor a little bit more on the offensive end. That part's taken a little bit more time to come by. We started to kind of get rolling with Lexi over in Cancun, and so when that happened, that really rattled everybody. It rattled the staff, the team. I mean, this team's very close, and Lexi's a big part of that emotion for our team, and we had to rally around her and find other ways to step up. And all you've been seeing, and I've been telling the players, is we've been through every single trial and test, and they've responded every time. It's a very tough team. It's a very close team, and we're just scratching the surface of what we're capable of. So I'm really proud of where we're at, especially them sticking together, believing in the process, believing in the staff, believing in each other. And what's really evolved is players have really stepped into some bigger roles and really shined. Maddie Jackson's a great example, but even some of our other seniors, what you're seeing out of KJ right now, what you're seeing out of Taylor Jansen, and then we have some younger players that they can't just settle for Lexi to take care of business around the paint. It's had to be by committee, and I think it's really grown and challenged this team to get better.
Yeah, you mentioned Jack at Madison Hall now, and having her back obviously is huge, and already had the game winner at this point. It helps a lot having her on the defensive side as well, because clearly that's been one of the great strengths of this team so far. But she kind of talked about her experience in the conversation with you as she decided to come back. What was it like for you? She made it sound like it was like, oh, win-win, but I mean, behind the surface where you're like, come on, yeah, no, please come back.
I'm pretty sure I said those 2 exact words, so this is very consistent. I love this young lady, number one. She has been the same kid from the very beginning and just grown in maturity. I'm like, this kid has been the most selfless kid in our program since I had her on the couch as a freshman. We had our first meeting, and I said, what do you see as your role, Jack? She's like, whatever you need, Coach. If you need me cheering, celebrating our teammates, you need me here. I'm like, those things are all great. But there's a few other things we see that you can contribute and help as well. And, we started having some chatter around the offices when Jack wasn't around. Maybe she still was around working when she was killing us on scout team. And then the players were chirping, and then all of a sudden I got a text. This is the part of the story that maybe she didn't bring up, but I got a text from her mom's, saying if you need her and she thinks, like you need her, she's all in. And of course, I'm like, and the coaches were talking about, like, we need to stop this chatter until I know what Jack is looking for, because I want to support where she's at in her journey of life with her husband. We love Braden, and it was just kind of where we're at. And so when we sat down, I literally said, this is a win-win for us either way. It is a win to have her around these offices because she's like this every day. She made the offices super fun. She was giving us such great value there. But we knew to bring her experience back to the table and obviously on the court. That is literally how I left it. And then I told her she had to take the weekend with her husband, and she came back the next day. And I'm like, whoa, are you sure here? And it was a no-brainer on our end. And I think maybe the senior class helped push her over, because the seniors were really hoping for her to come back, and obviously the rest of the team. And that was the other part of the story. Jack was not going to do this if it wasn't great and everybody wasn't on board. And the entire team, this was everybody was like, no brainer for us to have Jack on the court with us. So it takes a kid like her for that to have worked for a team that had been through the spring and had been through the summer, to want that kid to jump in and join us, because she was literally making everybody better every day. So that's the selfless kid that she is, and the example that we get to have. And it's just been really fun to see her shine. Yeah,
and I'm sure it's really important to have that type of example as well with some of these younger players that are getting some time. Obviously, still plenty of experience, but Natalie Picton is your freshman point guard, and when you have a freshman point guard, it's going to be a freshman experience. And there's been some tremendous moments so far. But what's it like when you can have that as you do kind of transition into this next newer era with these newer people, to have somebody who has won like that, and you've got players who have won and know what it takes? How important is that to have when you are breaking in some young players like this?
I think it gives the younger players a lot of confidence, knowing how many rings on Jack's finger she's earned as a champion in our program. And the same thing with Caitlin and Taylor and Lexi, and that class in particular. But her having that additional year, it's a steadiness for those freshmen to look to her shoes and see what it looks like just to be that consistent piece every single day. And we've talked about that a lot out loud. Our first core value is reliable, being somebody we can count on. And, I tell the players every day, Jack doesn't do 3 to 5 things. We don't need her to. She does 2 things. Well, actually, she does more than 2 things, okay? But she does who she is at an elite level, the best of any coach I've coached in 19 years, of who she is. And that's all we need her to be. And if there was a stat for charges in the nation, that kid is number 1. And now Natalie Picton, that young kid you're talking about, is going to be the next one, because she's starting to learn from a Maddie Jackson on how to take those. And she's taking them all over the place. But the other thing that we didn't tell of this story is her number. Last year, Brooke Berry has that number this year, and that was her dad's number when he was a Bobcat. And one of the first things she said in the meeting is, she's like, if I come back, Brooke's going to keep that number. I don't want to take her number. That's really important to her. So she reached out to Darian White and made sure that it was good with Darian if she honored her with that number. So I thought that was really special, too. Once again, somebody that's always thinking of everybody else.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. The numbers can be very, very important to a lot of people.
Absolutely.
And, she didn't even have to buy anybody a Porsche like Shohei Ohtani bought one of his Dodger teammates.
I think I made that joke when Utah got the car. cars, I said, hey, we're going to feed you, we're going to get you Starbucks, right?
Yeah.
Something like that.
That'll
Or get
work.
that NIL deal. But
That's
yeah.
as good as gold.
That's right. They, Jack, if you feed her, she's all in. So just keep feeding her over there, Daniel.
Yeah, both food and the ball. That's
Yeah,
all we
that's
need.
right.
All right, well, North Dakota State tomorrow, going to be a good one tomorrow. And, Coach, we got our first Cat Chat in the books. Appreciate the time and the insights. It's been
Awesome.
fun so far.
Yeah, let's get people hearing about this because this is a great venue. We're super appreciative of Ribbon Shop, and this is just going to continue growing.
No doubt. All right, Trevor Nominuk's been our producer today. Thank you, Madison Hall, Eddie Turner, Coach Logie, and Coach Binford. This is Keaton Gillogly saying so long. We'll see you again next week. This has been Cat Chat presented by Learfield.